Greetings, fellow Toastmaster. It is great to see you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's big picture message about dreaming big. Before we get into why it's important to dream big, I want to thank you for your vote of confidence in me as your newly elected club president. It's a responsibility I don't take lightly. I realize it's much easier to start with a club in fantastic shape, like Richland 2500 is now, and mess it up than it is to improve it by even just a little bit. So we have a great challenge in front of us. And it's really important for us to think about where we want to be a year from now and beyond. And this brings us to the main topic of today's video. Why is it important to dream big? Well, let me tell you a personal story. In 2016, I worked on a massive project. And when I reached my goal, I realized that for about 2 weeks after I attained the goal, I was feeling pretty low. I was blue. And I did not know why. So when I started talking to people and doing a little bit more research, I found out this is a fairly common thing. Even women who have children sometimes go through an experience of postpartum depression. So sometimes when we don't live up to the wisdom of it's the journey and not the destination, we can place so much emphasis on the destination that once we get there, we experience what's called the arrival fallacy. And while that's the technical name for it, it makes sense why it happens. We need a transcendent goal, an overarching vision and dream. We need to set our hopes high and have something that we can always fall back to. Maybe a set of dreams that we can never really quite fully reach, as ironic as that is. And so I invite you to play this game with me, this exercise over the next month or two, to challenge ourselves, each individually. What is my personal dream? What is my personal vision? What is something so transcendent that it will always inspire me to keep moving forward and setting those other goals in my life? And what shared vision do we want to have this year together? Where do we want to be in a year? And instead of thinking about it in terms of success, maybe we can have a little bit of a mental shift and think about it in terms of sustainable success, an emotional experience that we can have individually and together that continues over time. Imagine going in and looking at the agenda and it's already filled in. And as Toastmaster of the day, your job is not to have to find people to fill the roles, but to figure out, hey, what's fair? Whose turn is it to be the timer? Because so many people are interested in learning something new and trying something out. And there's a vibrancy in the group. And we have that. We have the learning vibrancy and enthusiasm now. And I believe that no matter where we're at in life, there's always another plateau that we can get to, a higher calling of experience. And so I invite you to challenge me and to keep dreaming big this year. And for the next month or two, we can then move into a more crystallized vision, and then we can maybe figure out some projects and tasks and all of that stuff. And I'm so excited to connect with each of you this year. I know that's my one overarching goal for this year, is to really build personal connections with each of you and to understand where you're at and where you want to go. So it's just a fun time for us to do this exercise together, to encourage each other, to support each other. And I feel that every day from you, and I want to offer you that as well. So thank you, each of you, for tuning in and listening. I look forward to offering another message before our next meeting, and I will see you, hopefully, tomorrow night, July 19th at 6:30 p.m. at our regular meeting place. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.